Yo, what is up guys, Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So, in the last day or so, we've been hearing reports that Anthony Joshua is on the verge of accepting a £15 million step-aside deal to allow for Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury to compete for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. This news was originally reported by everybody's favourite boxing journalist, I guess you would say, Gareth A. Davis. Now, Anthony Joshua, in the last few hours, has come out and essentially dismissed that report. He's essentially called it bullshit. He said he's seen no contract or is not aware of any contract involving step-aside, and if that were to be the case and that did materialise, you would hear from the horse's mouth him and or his team. So Anthony Joshua has called bullshit on this news reported by Gareth A. Davis. I mean, I'm not a fan of Gareth A. Davis as it is. He really does himself no favours whatsoever. He's essentially a Tyson Fury sycophant and cheerleader, let's be honest about it. It makes you wonder what his source was. Obviously he doesn't do a good job of cross-referencing or anything like that, but you know, we're talking about boxing journalism, the lowest of the low when it comes to sports journalism in general, as far as I'm concerned. What has been said in recent days is that Alex Krashuk, Alexander Usyk's manager, he has confirmed that there is a chance of Undisputed. They have been speaking to Team Fury since November in the event that Undisputed were to become a possibility. However, these were only light talks, according to Alex Krashuk, so we are no closer to Undisputed as of right now. And realistically, I mean, I hear a lot of people getting excited that we may get Undisputed next, but ultimately, I'm not expecting it. I don't really see it as realistic. Obviously, first and foremost, if Anthony Joshua were to step aside, obviously he's going to want a boatload of money to step aside to allow Usyk and Fury to box each other. And you have to consider, while Usyk and Fury is a big fight, of course it is, no doubt about it, but, you know, considering what Joshua will more than likely want, that's a huge chunk of any potential profits. And again, Fury versus Usyk is a great fight, it's a big fight, but it's not going to sell as well as the potential Joshua and Fury fight would have done. So, you know, right away there's a big chunk of money coming out of any potential profits by paying Joshua step aside. On top of that, potentially they would also have to pay Dillian Whyte step aside, who is the WBC mandatory. So that's even more money potentially being taken out of the Undisputed fight. So financially, having to pay Anthony Joshua and potentially Dillian Whyte to step aside might not really make any business sense, quite frankly. And also, a lot of people are under the illusion that all these guys have to do is get Joshua and Whyte to accept a financial payout, and that paves the way for Undisputed. That's not necessarily the case. You know, both Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte would want assurances that they are next in line, and you've got two guys there vying for a title shot. Joshua in regards to his rematch clause, and Dillian Whyte in regards to his WBC title shot. So you can't give assurances to both guys that they will get the winner. Somebody has to miss out, and that makes this deal even harder to make, quite frankly. It's not just about paying these guys off and getting them to step aside, it's also offering them assurances that they are in line to fight the winner or something of that nature. So when you look at this, a potential step-aside deal in this scenario, to me on the outside looking in, it seems extremely unlikely. I would like to be wrong, but honestly I'm really not expecting anything to come of it. You know, in boxing as fans, we very rarely get what we want. I'm sure all of us here want Undisputed, well, at least to follow this channel, but I can't see it happening next. I do believe Anthony Joshua will pursue his rematch with Alexander Usyk, and it doesn't look like Dillian Whyte is going to budge on his WBC title shot. So for me personally, there's far too much to really sort out here to realistically achieve Undisputed. And honestly, given how the heavyweight division has moved in the past few years, I don't really expect Undisputed to happen this year at all. I can't see it happening in 2022. I really can't. Again, hopefully I'm wrong, but when it comes to the heavyweight division, I think we're best off being pessimistic. And if we're surprised, that's a happy bonus, So it is what it is, man. I mean, when I heard this news this morning, and then I saw it was reported by Gareth A. Davis, I was skeptical right from the beginning. I mean, I wouldn't trust that guy to tell me the right time in a room full of clocks. Gareth A. Davis is no bueno, one of the worst boxing journalists around right now. Absolutely awful. But anyway, share your thoughts below. Do you have any hope that Undisputed can be made next? Or like me, are you extremely pessimistic? I just don't see a realistic way in which it could happen, quite frankly. Who knows, maybe they'll get creative, I hope so, but I can't see it, and I'm not going to get excited for it. Anyway, share your thoughts below. It's been your guy Delboy. Peace.